Hello, internets, friends, and family. This is your DJ Steezy, coming here with a hookup, which is kind of the shorter format of our podcast, The Connect, where we just stop in, hook you up with a little viewpoints, facts, opinions on current issues. I need to turn off this gosh darn TV. Okay. Anyway, you can see I'm pretty patriotic right now because I do love my country. Don't get it twisted. But we're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick because this issue, unfortunately, this is how the scam works. We're making more an issue about what he did than what he's protesting. First of all, this is America. Okay, you have the right to say and do what you want, be it good or bad. He's exercising his freedoms. So let's say that right there. And yeah, you have the right to be mad at him and whatever, but you don't really have the right to be mad at him if your anger is based on lies, ignorance, and racism. Okay? First of all, he didn't insult or disrespect the United States military in any way, shape, or form. The national anthem is a song, okay? It's relatively new as our national anthem, speaking historically wise. It wasn't around in 1776. Just a bunch of people decided to make it the national anthem because they wanted it to. There was no vote. Okay. The United States military does not fight for a song, and ultimately they don't fight for a flag either. They fight for what it represents. Freedom, justice, equality, liberty and justice for all. All men are created equal. Do we remember those principles? I think we do. Now, back to Colin Kaepernick. Okay. He did not stand for a song. That's all he did. Okay. He stated his reasons very clearly because he feels like this country is not treating all of its citizens equally. So he needs to send a message about that. That's pretty patriotic. It's called protest. It's what this country was founded on, okay? Now, the people have a problem with this. They don't really have a problem with it. They have a problem with equality and people getting their rights. Because when Black Lives Matters blocks traffic, you complain about that. When people don't stand for the national anthem, you complain about that. You're so upset about how people protest, but you don't care, or really you don't want equality because you never address, and this is going out to the critics, okay? You never address what they're actually protesting, okay? You're more mad about someone not standing up for a song when people aren't standing up for their fellow citizens, when people aren't standing up for justice, okay? So you need to question and ask yourself, why are you pretend mad? Because this is going on with Black Lives Matters too. Okay. We have this right who calls everyone else sensitive and needs a safe place. But whenever someone contradicts their false worldview, they get all mad and sensitive. Okay. And this is a common tactic which is seen over and over again, where you're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of the argument. You're arguing for the oppression and subjugation of American citizens. And so to do this, you have to take the opposing side's view and lie about it, change it to fit your narrative so that you can be right. Okay. Colin Kaepernick, however you say it, he never insulted the military. He never said anything about the military. In the press conferences after he discussed it, he specifically said that he has military in his family. It's no way about that. It's about the issues that America is ignoring, that America refuses to acknowledge and refuses to deal with. Okay? And for all those saying, well, why doesn't he leave? What? First of all, let's not resort to playground tactics. I know that's going to be difficult for a lot of you because that's all you use. Why doesn't he leave? How about instead of leaving, We try and make this place better for everyone. How about that? How about instead of leaving, we actually hold America to the standards that it's supposedly trying to live up to? How about we do that? Okay, all this go back to Africa stuff. You want to send me back to Africa? Okay, if you pay for it, I'll go back to Africa. But how am I going to go back to some place I've never been? Okay, and for telling black people to go back to Africa, well, since my ancestors built this place for free, and after that, my ancestors died, were brutalized, lynched, embarrassed, stolen from, exploited for just trying to be an American citizen. We weren't asking for our 40 acres and mule. We just wanted the right to vote. And you're still fighting that. Okay. So save that back to Africa stuff for your clan meeting because we're not hearing it here. Okay, yeah, he makes a lot of money. Does that discount him from being able to comment on social issues? So because somehow and it's like, you guys act like America gave him that money. Like the flag, he shook the flag and all of a sudden dollar bill. No, he worked very hard for that. Okay. And I give him extra props because he doesn't have to say the stuff. He does have his millions. So why he still will suffer and does suffer from institutionalized and other forms of racism, he has the money to be able to buffer himself from it better than most average Americans. And this drives us to another point, which has been proven in the past 8 years. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter who you are, how perfect you are. If you went to Harvard, if you went to Princeton, okay? If you have a law degree. Racism doesn't care. You're still black, okay? Oprah's been profiled in shops, okay? Barack Obama's the president of the United States and he still faces racism, okay? So let me ask you, what's more un-American, not standing for a song or accusing the president of being a foreigner, trying to tell him what religion he is just because of the color of his skin? And this is what it boils down to, is that the people who are criticizing Colin Kaepernick have no interest in equality, have no interest in patriotism, or even our soldiers and veterans. Because Republicans have voted against veteran benefits over and over again. Okay, look it up. The things we do to our veterans, the things we put them through, are a crime. But yeah, you're mad because the song, we could play the national anthem nonstop for the rest of existence. Okay, we could just have it on loop. That's not going to give veterans better medical care. It's not going to give them better equipment in the field. Okay. So stop acting like that's just you're holier than thou. Like, oh, he's insulting. No, he's not insulting the veterans. The veterans fought so that he could have that right to sit down without being shot, without being exported, without being jailed, deported. I said exported, I mean deported. Okay, that's freedom. Okay, criticizing your country and saying it should be better, that's freedom. That's what veterans fought for. Because there's a lot of countries where you can't do that, where you can't criticize your country, where you can't point out injustice without being killed or imprisoned. And to some extent, it happens in America too. Okay? Second of all, the national anthem is racist. There's a verse that's left out when we sing it that pretty much celebrates the deaths of slaves who went and fought for the British because they wanted their freedom. So let me ask you a song about land of the free and the home of the brave while you still have slaves, and then when those slaves go fight for the other side because they're guaranteed their freedom, you're mad at them for that? What would you do? Oh, wait, no, I'll stay here and be a slave, or I'm going to go fight and be a free man. What loyalty should you have to a country that enslaves you and doesn't see you as a full human being? And then we make a song out of it. We conveniently leave that part out, but the theme is still there. His thoughts are still there. This is written by a man who was pro-slavery and then is going to demonize slaves for trying to get their freedom. Isn't that what America's about? Freedom? So I love this flag. I love America. It's not perfect. Okay. I don't love this flag more than I love my fellow man or fellow American citizens. Okay. Because they are being oppressed. And Colin Kaepernick won't stand up for the anthem. You won't stand up for the victims of police brutality. You won't stand up for the poor. You won't stand up for our fellow LGBTQ citizens who are having their rights infringed upon. So why should anyone stand up for a song? It's a song. Let's look at it really. It's a song. Okay, I care about our veterans, which is why I'm against war. Okay? If you care about our veterans, you should never want to send them to war so they have to sacrifice their life again. Okay, you should want to do anything and everything, whether it be diplomacy, whether it be returning Iran their money back, whatever, to not have to send Americans off to die on foreign soil. Okay, so you can pretend like this song is the personification of America. It's not. It's just a song. And we know why you're so mad about it. Because you being mad about that, you're going to talk about that instead of Black Lives Matter. You're going to insert this false narrative that somehow he's attacking the military, which he's not. The same as you did with Black Lives Matters, where you try and say they're racist, which they're not, or that they're trying to make out like all cops are evil, which they're not. Okay? Asking for accountability, transparency, and for American citizens not to be executed on sight for minor infractions and sometimes not even committing crimes, I don't think that's too much. And if you say Black Lives Matters is racist, okay, if you somehow try and say the Democratic Party is responsible for the plight of blacks in America, you're on that bull because you're purposely lying to yourself and others to fit your crooked narrative. So you guys can be mad about Colin Kaepernick all alone. It only makes you look worse because we have people dying in the streets. And also, what okay, so blocking traffic is not acceptable. Rioting is not acceptable, which I understand. No one likes a riot, but it happens. Rioting is the voice of the unheard. Sitting during the national anthem isn't accepted. So what is the preferred form of protest that you would like? Should we be like the alt-right and just do a bunch of stupid memes and just run our wheels on the internet all day? I don't think so, because we need change, okay? Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin. And now I say Trayvon because he wasn't killed by a cop, but it's the same thing. He was murdered in cold blood. His killer went free, and he was demonized. You guys didn't stand up for Trayvon Martin. You trampled all over him. So I don't connect some silly song that some racist wrote to what America's about. Okay, this is the new America. Okay, we're not holding on to these racist, hate-filled traditions. And I, for one, it might ruffle some feathers, but I'm not standing for the national anthem. If we switch it to Stars and Stripes Forever, I'm down. It's a good song. It actually sounds more patriotic to me than the national anthem. Okay, and that's my right, and that's what those soldiers fought and died for. So this is DJ Steele. This is the hookup. We're talking about Colin Kaepernick. Okay, you can insult him all you want. Okay, what? You say that he's half white? He was raised by white families, so that doesn't discount him from talking about the injustices in America. Okay? He's still African American. One drop rule. Okay, that we didn't create that. You did. So why are you so mad at Black Lives Matters? Because they want the country to be a little bit better. They want less people to be killed for no reason. I don't know. Think about why you're doing and saying what you're saying. Okay, because this is all related. It's the same with the alt-right. Okay, I got in a little Twitter beef with a self-help writer. I think his name's Brendan Dilley at Hub Life because he tweeted that the alt-right was about holding politicians accountable regardless of race, sex, creed, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I've never heard that. And he says, well, because you're a sheep. Well, he doesn't engage in debate. He just calls me stupid, says that I'm too stupid to learn. And I'm saying, well, my experience is from dealing with people who identify as alt-right. Okay, it's the same with Trump, how people say Trump's not racist. Yeah, if the KKK is endorsing you, if you're their guy, if they agree with your views, you're racist. Okay? So don't try and court black votes. When you got Sheriff Clark up there, when all the black people you have supporting you are Uncle Toms, yeah, you're racist. Okay? And sure, the Democrats might not be the best party for African Americans. I don't think there is a great party for African Americans because we live in a racist society, in a racist country. But I'm definitely going to take the ones that aren't riding hard with the KKK. Okay? So you all just need to check yourself because there's people fighting to make this country a better place. And there's some people who pretend like they love America but don't want it to get better or don't want its citizens to be treated as equals. I'm talking to you, you crazy right-wingers out there who are so up in arms about a man not standing for a song, but then you're left and right trying to justify the murder of innocent black people. Tamir Rice, oh well, he was pointing a toy gun at people. They didn't know, blah blah blah. Trayvon Martin, oh well, he was beating up George Zimmerman, feared for his life. Okay, this is what it's not about how we're protesting, it's about what we're protesting. But those of you who are going to keep focusing on how you don't like how we're doing it, that's not the thing. You don't like what we're doing, you don't like what we're saying, what we're pointing out, whether it's your fragility, your privilege. I don't know why you get so mad because we just want to have equality, because we don't want to have to be afraid every time we see a cop car. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure out racism. I'm not trying to figure out your illogical bigotry because it's idiocy. It's ignorance. There's no basis in logic. There's no basis in reality. Okay? So, leave Colin Kaepernick alone. He's within his rights. He's not hurting anyone. He's making a stand for an issue he feels important. He's protesting, which is what America was founded on. America was formed as a form of protest against the British. Yeah, we were protesting colonialism. So all of you who act like protesting is the most American thing you can do, literally. Okay, criticizing your country, wanting it to be better, is the most American thing you can do. And if you think our country is infallible or perfect, yeah, you have some problems. Anyway, I don't know. I think I'm pretty much done here. Um, and I, for one, I'm not going to be standing for national anthems anymore. I'm not going to stand for a song that demonizes and revels in the death of people who just wanted freedom. You aren't going to give us our freedom. If I was a slave and we were at war and the other side offered me my freedom to be treated as a human being, actually live my life, what choice would you make? So this land of the free and the home of the brave, while you have slaves, it's hypocrisy. And this is probably one of the big things that really irks me and a lot of others, white and black. And that's the thing. There's white people who agree too. This isn't just only black people are supporting this. Okay? Only racists are against it. Okay? All lives matter, like Jerry Rice, all lives matter. Of course, all lives matter makes sense. Of course, it's a good thing to say. But by saying it, you're ignoring everything else, okay? Because no one was saying all lives matter until Black Lives Matter. And the only reason people are saying it is to change the subject, to avoid the topic, just like focusing on Colin Kaepernick instead of what he's protesting, just like focusing on how frustrating Black Lives Matter is when they're blocking traffic instead of what they're blocking traffic for. Yeah, if it saves a life, and this is the thing, this is the whole point, this is why the protest is working, because you wouldn't be talking about any of this otherwise. We're keeping this in the conversation. We're keeping people talking about it. We're keeping it at the forefront of the news. Now, while many of you are doing your best to distract from the actual issues, they still come out every now and then. Okay? So if we're this land of the free, home of the brave, supporting equality and all of this, we have to stop acting like we're perfect. Stop acting like there wasn't a bunch of hypocrisy from our founding fathers in the Constitution. This is what I'm saying. We hold the right seems to have this cult of personality, this dogmatic idolatry of the founding fathers and the Constitution, and how dare you, like it's sacred, you can't change it, blah blah blah. It was written by people who had slaves. The founding fathers are here talking about equality. They have slaves. They were hypocrites. So how about instead of looking back to then, we look forward and mold this country in the way it should be, okay, with righteousness? How about we change the national anthem? Is that going to change America? No. But let's get rid of an old, tired, racist song that really isn't even that good. Let's go Stars and Stripes Forever. Okay? I mean, this country can be great, but we have to work to make it great. And this is what I'm saying. Colin Kaepernick is sitting down because he says this country isn't doing what it should be, and I want to draw attention to that. Donald Trump's slogan is "Make America Great Again." He's saying the same thing, except he's full of crap. But since he's white, since he's not taking to task institutionalized racism, it's okay, because when he says "Make America Great Again," he means get rid of the immigrants. He means put minorities back in their place. Okay, he means make America white again. Okay, he means let's not care about LGBTQ issues or equality or justice for all. Let's just worry about us, meaning rich white males, and make it good for us again, where we walked around with impunity, where we could infringe upon people's rights. And Donald Trump wants to appeal to the black vote. Donald Trump didn't even want black people living in his buildings, okay? So you kind of sound ridiculous when you're talking about what do you have to lose? This is what I'm saying. It's idiotic. At every turn you discriminate and put down black people, you put down Black Lives Matters, you demonize victims of murder, trying to make it out like they deserved it. And then you act like, oh no, but we care, it's the Democrats who don't like black people. First of all, if you're trying to make racism into a partisan issue, you're an idiot to begin with, because all you're trying to do is push your right-wing agenda, okay? So I'm going to close this off. I don't know how long we've been going. Colin Kaepernick didn't do anything wrong, didn't disrespect the troops, because the national anthem doesn't benefit the troops in any way. If you want to support the troops, vote Democratic, because it's the Republicans who again and again want to go to war, and it's the Republicans who again and again vote to deny veterans their benefits. Okay, Republicans can't even get Zika funding through passed to literally save lives. Okay, so we need to start calling these right-wingers out on what they're doing. Okay, Colin Kaepernick, we salute you. You're an American. We know you love this country because you want to make it better. To everybody who says, well, if you don't like it, leave, you should probably leave, because we're actually going to work to make it better. That's a novel idea. How about instead of leaving, we actually make it an equal country for everyone? Because a lot of us, we don't do this for us. Colin Kaepernick's not doing it for him, because there's kids here. There's adults here who don't have, a lot of people have the option of leaving, okay? So I'm not fighting for myself, okay, or people. I'm fighting for the children. And that might sound cliche, but it's true, because I don't want to see more kids dying for being kids, like Tony Robinson, okay? I don't want to see more kids dying, white and black, like Paulie Heenan, okay? The police have a problem. They need to change, okay? And to not even accept that, that's a problem. That's why there's Black Lives Matters. We want transparency. We want accountability. Okay? We don't want cops to be able to just shoot and kill at free will and not face any repercussions because it's happening again. It's not people committing a crime. It's people getting pulled over for a broken taillight and ending up shot and killed while their daughter's in the back seat. Okay? So if you're mad about someone not standing for a song, you know what? We're mad about you not standing up for your fellow Americans. Okay, God bless America. I love you, but we always have room for improvement, so let's do that. Okay? Peace out. I'm done. Support your local DJ. Spread love. Goodbye.